Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. The important news and editorial that would be relevant for the preparation of civil services examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with the news topic list. Today is 28th of August. The first news, that is creating global framework for ethical use of AI. This is what the Prime Minister has said during the B20 meeting, which is held ahead of the G20 meeting, right? So this is the business communities, coming together and discussing the brainstorming session. The second is dengue vaccine in India, the ongoing trial and development. Third, that is IF holds study to identify transport fleet requirements. Second last, that is the graph of temperature variations of the topsoil in the lunar south pole. Recently, Chandrayaan-3 mission has successfully been launched in the area and further progress has been made. Now the images of the topsoil is sent to ISRO. And the other is article, that is editorial, BRICS 2.2. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming examination. So without any further ado, let's get started. And before I begin this session, if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video helpful, do hit that like button. And if you're looking forward for the test series, we at Apti Plus have come up with Nishra program. This is an all India test series program which will help you to conquer the part of UPSC Prelims 2024. In this All India Test Series program, we are providing 4900 plus questions. Other than this, there will be a video discussions. You'll have a demo test and free magazines that will aid you the part of the preparation. For registration, you can simply use this QR code for an scanning and you can register for the course, or you can enroll through our website. The prices are mentioned. For any details, you can reach out to us. This program of Niche will definitely give you a boost to your preparation. So do check it out. Now the first news of the day, that is creating global framework for the ethical use of AI, that is artificial intelligence. Something important for General Studies paper 2, that is government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from a design and implementation. Now, if you look at AI, AI has become very important and significant for all over the world, and specifically India is focusing on this part. And at the forum like G20, India has already advocated for the part of artificial intelligence, its utilization in various aspects and dimensions. Now B20 से पहले G20 की meeting हुई है where the business community were there. This was held by CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industries. So Prime Minister ने इसे address किया and he said that the B20 summit called that the global framework on cryptocurrencies and ethical use of artificial intelligence is very important, right? So when it comes like framework for cryptocurrency or ethical uses की बात हो रही है, so you can expect a direct question in mains examination. Those of you will be appearing for mains 2024 or for 23 as well. तो वहाँ पे आपसे direct सवाल पूछे जा सकते हैं. Now the Prime Minister has raised concern over the algorithm bias and its disruptive impact on the society, right? Any technology has its malafide intention also. So we need to look the downside of it and we should only focus on the positive aspects of it. Now the Prime Minister also reiterated the part of importance for the India's role in setting up the resilient and inclusive supply chain. See, supply chain is again important. India has already come up with the National Logistic Policy 2020. So it covers a wide gamut of the areas, be it it's the part of transport, port, logistic, various sectors are incorporated in this. But inclusive global supply chain is something that is very important for India and for the neighboring countries. Now, cryptocurrencies and supply chain की अगर बात करें, the Prime Minister has also called for an integrated approach to deal with the issues related to cryptocurrencies, right? There are a lot of other fraud that is also going, and even अगर cryptocurrency की बात करें regulation की, as of now RBI has not allowed for the part of legal tender, but cryptocurrency की regulation की जा रही है. Most of the people are investing in crypto, which is a kind of an unregulated sector in country. Now, I suggested to create a global framework where the issues with all the stakeholders can be addressed. The Prime Minister said that it is now a trusted and efficient global supply chain. When world need medicine, इंडिया ने काफ़ी ज़्यादा हेल्प की कोविड के टाइम में पेंडेमिक में, and India has become the pharmacy of the world, providing life-saving drugs to more than 150 countries. So this was a proactive approach from India, right? And Prime Minister has categorically said that India has become the face of digital revolutions in the time of Industries 4.0, something very important. And India will have its due place, something which will call for more recognitions over the time. Now, concerning issue, कुछ ऐसे issues हैं जिन पे ध्यान देने की बात की गई है प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने B20 के मीटिंग में, while he was addressing the B20. So he has said that climate change is an important issue that we need to focus upon. Energy sector crisis, food supply chain imbalances, and water security. These are the points, these are the areas that need to be focused upon. And he also urged the business leader to look beyond the consumer rights and focus on the consumer care. So this is what he has categorically mentioned. Now moving ahead, dengue vaccine in India, ongoing trials and development, something important for general studies paper 2, that is issues related to development and management of health. So when it comes to dengue, dengue is something in India, we have a lot good numbers that is reported, right? Tuberculosis, dengue, ये सारे ऐसे cases हैं जिनमें इंडिया के नंबर काफ़ी ज़्यादा high. Now with expanding geography, dengue infection in India as well as in the world is increasing, and there's a need that effective vaccine can protect all of us from 4 stereotype. तो काफ़ी हद तक वैक्सीन डेवलपमेंट की कोशिश की जा रही है. No conclusive part of the result has been yet met, but progress is ongoing. So nearly half of the population of the world live at the risk of the dengue, and the disease in India, that is specifically the dengue, is spread from just 8 states and union territories to all state by 2022. तो 2001 में सिर्फ कुछ 8 states ऐसे थे जिनमें infection देखी गई थी. By 2022, we have seen that almost all across the India the cases has been reported. Now there have been 31,464 cases that has been reported, and 36 deaths due to dengue reported across the country at the end of 2023. Now, vaccine in human trial, already the progress has been made. So how the progress can be judged or it can be measured, it can be done through the human trials and the vaccine development that is taken in due process of time. The present की अगर बात करें, 3 vaccine candidates are there. So they are making the effort. First is Panacea Biotech. They have the live weekend versions of the dengue stereotype, and this is developed by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease by the United States of America. Now, the company has already completed phase 2 and phase 1 study with 100 healthy adults between 18 to 60. Second vaccines की अगर बात करें, this is developed by the Serum Institute of India with the same weekend vaccines from the United States. And phase 1 trial में यहाँ पे काफ़ी हद तक 60 adults को रखी गई हैं. The phase 2 trial company is conducting with a part of, in collaborations with the ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research, that will be conducting the last study. और ICMR ने बच्चों के लिए भी जो from 2 to 18 के लिए इस particular vaccines की trial की बात की. Now, vaccines in early stage of development, this is about the status. This is more about the status, what is ongoing. So, vaccine is at its earliest stage. There are at least 2 indigenous vaccines against the dengue that is under development. Both have the similar ideas that has come up. One of the main challenges of developing the dengue vaccine is antibody dependent enhancement, that is called as ADE. The team from the International Center of Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology was created by virus-like particle using these viruses. And the other team of the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology, इन दोनों ने मिलकर के same kind of developed की है, that is used against the same envelope as a part of dengue virus, and this is called as a non-structural one constructed by the genetic sequence out of it. So these are the current progress that has been made in terms of the development of vaccine in India. Now moving ahead, Indian Air Force holds study to identify transport fleet requirements, something important for general studies paper 3, that is various security forces, agencies and their mandate. Indian Air Force ने recently they're looking to procure medium transport aircraft, better known as MTA. Now, this is something that will improve the part of Indian Air Force carrying capacity and the logistic part. So, this will be a comprehensive study that will identify the current future payloads carrying requirement of the Indian Air Force. Now, the IAF has already requested for the information RFI, जहाँ पे global manufacturer will help out with the load carrying capacities between 18 ton to 30 ton. Now in 2020 standoff India and China, I mean India और China के बीच में ईस्टर्न लद्दाख के रीजन में जो स्टैंड ऑफ चल रही है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए India has definitely feel the need that we need to augment our carrying capacity with the procurement of medium transport aircraft specifically for the Indian Air Force. Now talk with the vendors, कुछ ऐसे vendors हैं जिनके साथ agreement aligned है. There's need to identify the current payload capacity. IAF is in discussion with the vendors. Study is ongoing, जहाँ पे almost पिछले 6 month में ये सारी चीज़ों को complete कर ली गई. The next procedure will be with the proceeding of the transport fleet in the need of the replacement. और medium transport aircraft की अगर बात करें, this could be a potential replacement for both the part of the smaller AN-32. उसके अलावा रिप्लेस की जाएगी लार्ज IL-76 से. You don't need to get into detail part of that, but you just need to understand that the augmentations when it comes to the medium large capacity or the part of the Air Force carrying capacity, तो वो augment करने की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. Now IF transport fleets की अगर बात करें, the IF transport fleet is currently consist of 100 AN-32 RVOs and IL-76 जो कि heavy transporter में count होते हैं. IL-78 is a mid-range refueler tanker from Russia, as well as 12C-130J Super Hercules and 11C Global Master for strategic airlift from United States of America. तो ये कुछ important fleet है जो इंडिया के पास है. Of these, IL-76 has the capacity to lift 45 to 50 ton, और CL-17 की बात करें Globe Master की, this is 17 ton, right? Now, in the part of September 21, the Defense Ministry has actually come up with the contract with the Airbus. These are the largest manufacturers of the airplanes. और Space SA स्पेन के साथ भी बात चल रही है जहाँ पे 56C-295 MW ट्रांसपोर्ट एयरक्राफ्ट की बात की गई है. एंड फर्दर दे विल बी ऑगमेंटिंग, और इंडिया में इसकी पार्टनरशिप्स की अगर बात करें, दिस इज बीइंग हेल्ड एंड हेल्प द एड ऑफ द टाटा एडवांस सिस्टम लिमिटेड. तो कोलैबोरेशंस और जो इंडिजिनाइजेशन की बात है, कुछ यहाँ पे टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर होगी वो टाटा एडवांस सिस्टम के थ्रू फॉरेन कंट्रीज में हेल्प के थ्रू यहाँ पे इंडिया में ही असेंबल की जाएगी. Now, graph of temperature variations in the topsoil in the lunar south pole. This is something, an achievement for India. We definitely need to proud for the ISRO accomplishment and the success. So this is important for Gender Studies paper 3, that is achievement of India in science and technology, Indianization of technology, and the development of new technology. So ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, they have recently released the images of the temperature variations that we can see in the lunar surface. Recently, Chandrayaan-3 was launched in the South Pole, soft landing हुई है, and India has become the first country to do so. South Pole की landing में और Chandrayaan में India is the 4th country, right? I think these facts must be known to you. So the lunar surface increase in depth was measured by the Chandra Surface Thermophysical Experiment, which is known as CHEST, and this is a payload of Chandrayaan-3 Vikram lander module. 2 module है, तो विक्रम लैंडर मॉड्यूल से इसे की गई. The temperature profile of lunar topsoils की अगर बात करें, according to the space agency, the Chandra Surface Thermophysical Experiment, they have measured the temperature profile और lunar topsoil के around South Pole में ये पाया गया that thermal behavior of the moon surface is there, and the payload of the temperature probes equipped with the control penetrations of the mechanism capable to reach the depth of 10 centimeter beneath the surface. The further progress will be made, definitely the progress that has ISRO has seen in due course of time will definitely make more progress. तो जैसे जैसे advancement होगी, lunar rover will be reaching out to the place, will actually looking at the part कि क्या और ज़्यादा exploration हो सकती है. ISRO will be adequately updating the government of India और ये सारी चीज़ें public domain में भी release की जाएगी. Now the probe is fitted with the 10 individual temperature sensors that will identify the material which is there, किस तरह की chemical compositions है. The present graph illustrate the temperature variations lunar surface में and even recording the probe penetration. This is such profile of the lunar probe. The payload was developed by the team of space physicists and Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in collaborations with the Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad. Now moving ahead with the editorial of the day, that is BRICS 2.0. This is something important for General Studies Paper 2, bilateral regional grouping and agreement involving India and affecting India's interest. So what I'll be discussing under this editorial, from the article it is evident, the editor focus on the part of the BRICS 2.2. BRICS के बारे में बात करेंगे, कुछ ऐसे countries जो BRICS को ज्वाइन करने वाले हैं, and they will make BRICS more prosperous in the region. The big questions and the welfare of the global south, that is the priority. Now BRICS की अगर बात करें, 15th summit हो रही है BRICS की. So far the meeting has concluded in Johannesburg, और the week received most attention because ऐसे माइलस्टोन अचीव हुए हैं ब्रिक्स में. अगर बात करें सिंस इंसेप्शन, जो फर्स्ट मीटिंग थी रशिया में की गई थी 2009 में, दैट वाज वन, एंड द थर्ड समिट इन सनाया इन चाइना, जहां पे साउथ अफ्रीका ने इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को ज्वाइन किया था. पहले ब्रिक्स थी, नाउ अर्लियर इट वाज नोन एज ब्रिक्स. नाउ साउथ अफ्रीका को ज्वाइन करने के बाद ये ब्रिक्स बनी. नाउ ब्रिक्स की ग्रुपिंग की अगर बात करें, ब्रीफली आई टेल यू व्हाट इज ब्रिक्स. So BRICS composed of 5 countries, that is Brazil, Russia, China, India and South Africa. This was the latest country that has joined, and BRICS represent 42% of the world population and 27% of the GDP. Now the theme of the summit is that BRICS Africa partnership for the mutual acceleration growth, sustainable development and inclusive multilateralism. So if you're writing in mains particularly, तो आप इस तरह के points वहाँ पे जरूर highlight कर सकते हैं. Countries joining BRICS, the decision to invite the summit, that is Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia and UAE. ये 6 countries हैं जो BRICS को ज्वाइन करेंगे एज अ फुल मेंबर, और इसकी ज्वाइनिंग ऑलमोस्ट रखी गई है 1st of Jan 2024. So they will be joining, right, as a full-time member. Now BRICS, we have a global repercussion. ऐसे अगर आप देखें G7 countries और भी कुछ ऐसे बड़े फोरम है जो वेस्टर्न अलायंस है, उनको काउंटर करने के लिए ब्रिक्स बनाएगी, एंड दे आर डूइंग देयर लेवल बेस्ट टू अचीव देयर टारगेट्स. नाउ कुछ बड़े सवाल हैं. द फर्स्ट इज एक्सपेंशन फॉर ब्रिक्स इज गुड. Will it have any countervalent activities from the Western countries? That we have to see, because BRICS 11 will have more political clout, extend, increase in the influence, and depend on the inner unity. By 11, I mean present is 5. The 5 members, 6 will be joining, so this sum ups to 11. So that is BRICS 11. Secondly, the 6th country that has been chosen, उसके बहुत सारे consequences हैं. I'm not getting deep down into the part of the consequences, but आपको member countries जरूर याद होने चाहिए, because for many government examination they can ask you the number of the countries that are joining, और उसके नाम भी पूछे जा सकते हैं. Now, welfare of the global south is a priority. Addressing the 15th summit, the Prime Minister has urged the state to take advantage of India's digital solutions to work for the welfare of the global south. Prime Minister ने BRICS को as a long and amazing journey बताया, where they have highlighted the new development bank, और इस तरह से grouping ने काफ़ी हद तक पूरे development activities में मदद की है, which is creating a different kind of a global south, a new order global south. Global south is something very, very important for mains this time, specifically for those who will be appearing for 2023. Now, India suggested the measure in railway, research, corporations, MSME and startup that can have a significant progress. So definitely these forums should be used not only for the progress of India, but for all member countries that have joined the grouping. So this is how you can have a conclusion part of this editorial. Now moving ahead with the MCQ questions. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of your study questions. For first question, the correct option is C. For second question, the correct option is D. Today's MCQ for practice. About millets, International Year of Millets declared हुई थी. आपको बताना है, Government of India has declared 2023 as International Year of Millet. India and Africa are the major producer and consumption of the millet crop. So do check out for the correct options. Second is about the blue bugging. टेक्नोलॉजी से रिलेटेड है, साइंस एंड टीक में इस तरह के सवाल पूछे जाते हैं. A form of hacking that lets attract the access of the device through discoverable Bluetooth connections. Wireless earplugs apps are vulnerable to the hacks. So do check out for the correct option. If you want to practice many other questions, we have different platforms where questions are published on daily basis. Do check out our social media platforms जहाँ पे आपको सवाल मिल जाएंगे. So this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis, followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other queries, concern and questions about the test series program and courses, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for your time.